Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Eye of the Beholder, and when last we left off, I have not buffed the party up nearly enough, because I think we most certainly are at a very, very dangerous part of the game. If anything, I think we're in some serious trouble. I think we're going to cast that spell, and we're going to cast this spell, and then we're going to hope that this is going to be enough to see us through the rest of the game, because I think Xanathar is... well, it could be anywhere at this point. So, this could be the end, my friends. Anywhere here Xanathar could reside, and if we are not lucky, we may die indeed. It's been an honor to fight alongside you all. I'd be very happy if we are victorious to welcome you back to our dwarven people to celebrate for days on end. Aye, that would be a great idea, Kirka. What do you guys say? Well, it would be great if we survive, but let's focus on the now rather than the then. I agree, Lilamva. We must be very cautious. And what of you, Sandstar? Look, I'm just keeping my eyes out for more traps like the one that obliterated you. We'll talk about frivolities like being happy about things later. Let's go and see what we can find, shall we? Anything in here? Would seem not. Anything in here? And there is Xanathar.
So, despite my traps, you petty hirelings of the Lords of Waterdeep managed to make it here after all. How unfortunate for you. How sad for me as well. I enjoyed immensely watching you fight my minions and stumble through my traps. Of course, I'm responsible for creating the traps, just as I am responsible for creating the plan that will bring all of Waterdeep under my absolute control. You, of course, cannot be allowed to interfere with my brilliant plan. Surrender to me now, and perhaps I will grant you mercy.
I don't think we're going to be surrendering to the likes of you. I don't know why you should be making a decision on behalf of everyone. Really, Sandstar? Of course not! Obliterate that multi-eyed monster! And now we're going to back up really quickly because I get the feeling that this enemy is going to be very difficult and we're going to have to move away very, very fast. Oh man, we are going to run away very, very, very fast. Has something been broken? Whoa, whoa, careful! I think something very bad is happening here in that we are being pursued by this beholder. Also, here is a very, very, very obvious trap. You can see it's very obvious by the sense that there is an absolutely huge amount of treasure there. We need to be very, very cautious. You know what I'm thinking? What are you thinking? I'm thinking that that's a very obvious spike trap and we need to lure Xanathar into it. Do you really think a spike trap is going to work? I don't see why it wouldn't. Light beam has been broken, and indeed that summons a fireball. That is what the light beam does. It summons a fireball. Right, what we need to do is we need to do some healing, because, oh man, could Xanathar completely and totally obliterate us. And that is not an understatement. That is not... oh, there he is. Alright, let's get him over here. We have to be very, very careful with luring him into a particular location. We very, very much need... there we go. Does that do it? Does that do it? Aha! Excellent! One beholder down! Can't believe that actually worked! It actually worked! Aha! One of my ideas was actually useful! As the party picks through the remains of Xanathar's shattered body, a teleporter triggers about them. As Xanathar's lair fades from view, everyone prepares for battle and thinks, what now? A stately marbled room fades in around the party. 2 stone columns flank a large throne. Sunlight streams in through the windows. Clean air blows in from an open door. This is, I'm never able to say this name, Pierre-Guerin's public hall. At last, the party is free of the dungeons of under Waterdeep. You have killed Xanathar and saved Waterdeep from his evil, Pierre-Guerin Paladinson exclaims. We were wise to pick such talented and resourceful adventurers as our agents. Wait, you actually knew about Xanathar? Well, we have been spying on you here and there, using our magic scrying orb of convenience. Your magic scrying orb of convenience.
Look, it's very convenient, okay?
Oh, carry on.
For today, let thee be proclaimed the heroes of Waterdeep, and let all know of your brave deeds. Congratulations on your successful quest.
And the rewards?
Well, you did get the right to loot any of the items that you found along the way. Those are yours to keep. Trust me, the hero for a day thing was, well, let's just say we weren't expecting you to come back.
We are honoured that we have been of such use to the Lords of Waterdeep, and that we have ridded Waterdeep of Xanathar, an evil that would have surely claimed all the people here.
And I am very glad that you all returned safely. Tell me, are there any more great adventures you're all going to go on?
Well, I, for one, am probably going to be going home, back to our ancestral grounds with Kiergar here.
Ah, you're the king of the dwarves I've heard so much about. Let me guess, scrying orb of convenience, scrying orb of convenience. Well, it's a pleasure, and I'm sure at some point we'll be able to make some very peaceful negotiations. By the way, you've got loads of things under there. You've got kobolds, you've got massive worms, zombies, skeletons, spiders, drow, mind flayers, zorn, golems, drider, hellhounds, displacer beast, rust monsters. Have I missed anything?
No, I think you pretty much got it all.
Thanks, Nalamva. Yeah, you've got all those problems. We dealt with some of them, but... Oh, Kenku as well.
Don't forget the Kenku. Definitely do not forget the Kenku.
You've got all those problems to deal with, Paladin son. You're not interested in going down there again?
No offence, but I think we've done our fair share of adventuring for today.
Indeed. Paladin... Paladin... what is your name?
It's Valendra.
Yes, Valendra, yes. What if I make you Heroes of the Week, if you go and deal with that stuff down there?
No, I think we have done our part. We must leave adventure for other people.
Indeed. And so, this is the end of our adventure. What are you all going to do? I mean, we could continue adventuring if the need is great.
Well, I for one was not going to abandon any of you if you weren't going to abandon me. Sandstar? I see you edging towards the door there.
I just have a few things to do.
Do you really?
We were nearly killed by a beholder! Did you see the evil in his eyes? I didn't even know how many of them there were. We were almost mincemeat. If we'd have accidentally stepped backwards into all of that loot, we'd have been killed in that trap. I nearly lost my life.
That is adventuring, I'm afraid. Adventuring is a very dangerous profession.
Oh, I suppose it is.
So, are you going to stay with us?
I'll think about it.
I think that's the best we're going to get. Well, Valendra, let's go. We have a long journey ahead of us.
Where to?
The tavern, of course.
Are you buying?
If it means that you'll stay, yes.
I may stay for the first round.
What about the round where you're paying?
I make no promises.
And with that, pressing the More button crashed the game. And so we are back here to this main menu, for indeed, that is the end of Eye of the Beholder. We have defeated Xanathar, saved Waterdeep, and have been proclaimed heroes for the day. To be fair, this is Forgotten Realms. There are heroes practically everywhere. You could trip up and do quests and get +5 swords as rewards, because, you know, magic item inflation and all that. That's sort of a thing in Forgotten Realms. It may get better at some point. I wouldn't count on it, however. And so, Eye of the Beholder is over. A game that I knew very little about when going into it. And I have to say it's a game I'm very glad that I have played. There are aspects of it that have not aged very well. The lack of animation for when you're moving. Like, Lands of Lore had a very nice transition effect when you move from one square to another, which makes it quite clear when you're going in a certain direction, whereas this game most certainly does not. And so, it also lacks the fact that you don't have an auto map, and more than one save slot, with only a single save slot as standard, it can be a little difficult to, if you make a mistake, if you saved in an absolutely terrible situation, say if you're actually playing the game without the ability to make any kind of other saves, you would end up in a unwinnable situation potentially, and with a single save slot, that would be it. You'd have to start all the way at the beginning, all over again. And considering how long the game is, even if you can kind of work out where you're going, because I imagine I missed a fair few things, I missed traps, I imagine there was probably far more to that final level there with Xanathar that I just didn't explore, because in the end you don't need to. You have all the items you need after all. And so there are bad things about it. There are also some wonderful things about it. Like the fact that the lack of music for me meant that you can have whatever music you want playing in the background, but more importantly, it's just a very fun game. I mean, there's not much that's asked of you, there's very little plot, so to speak. You just go from floor to floor, solving puzzles, defeating enemies. But what I really love about Eye of the Beholder is that you can see the first stepping stones that would lead to a game that I really love, Lands of Lore. That's not to say that I don't really enjoy Eye of the Beholder. I really enjoyed playing Eye of the Beholder. But I like Lands of Lore a fair bit more. That said, I haven't played the sequel to Eye of the Beholder yet, and the sequel could very much be a lot more similar. I have seen bits of the sequel, and the artistic style of that game is far more like Lands of Lore, and so that is indeed one step even closer to Lands of Lore, and I'm definitely going to be returning to Eye of the Beholder the series to play the sequel at some point, because I really liked playing as the characters themselves, doing the voices, the roleplay between Rune and Sanstar and Elamva and Valendra and any of the other party members they got. I really enjoyed that. And the fact that the game didn't, place personalities on every character, gave me the opportunity to go nuts with that, and I like that a lot. I mean, it's something I didn't really do when I was playing Icewind Dale. I was about to say that it was something I didn't get the chance to do, but I most certainly did, I just didn't. Because that game you make all of your own party. In fact, you make all of your own party in that one. And, had I have played Icewind Dale now, I probably would have done that. But, as it stands, Eye of the Beholder, I've really liked the characters that I've made. Sanstar is a character I really enjoyed doing the voice for. And hopefully in the sequel we shall see Sanstar, Rune, Valendra, Lilamva return for a whole new adventure when I import this party into Eye of the Beholder 2. But that is for another time, because yes indeed, Eye of the Beholder 2 will not be for a little while. I think it'd be worth having a little break between Eye of the Beholder 1 and 2, and I'd encourage anybody who's watched me play Eye of the Beholder here to I keep missing Eye of the Beholder. I keep missing the of and putting Eye the Beholder. Do not Eye the Beholder. That is a terrible idea and will get you horribly, horribly killed. Staring contest with the Eye Beholder. Zoop! You have been turned into stone. And disintegrated. And blasted. And then disintegrated again. I think if we'd have let Xanathar get some of those beam attacks on us, we probably would have been horribly, horribly killed. Also, it was a complete and total guess to presume that we could maybe back Xanathar in with the wand. I think I'd seen something of that happening before, but at that point it was just like, there's got to be something to push him in there, because, you know, they wouldn't have put that trap in otherwise, unless it was just to kill you. That could happen. There was a lot of loot there. I'd just like to think that one day Xanathar was just like, it was quite a night of drinking Beholder booze. Oh, look, lots of loot. Steps in. I have made a terrible mistake. Shing! And then he died. As you can imagine and tell by how I'm just talking about the game and describing it all, I really enjoyed playing Eye of the Beholder. And it was very good to play a game that I knew very little about. I would have to do that more often, I think. Definitely. And so, that was Eye of the Beholder. And I'm Kikoskia. And when we come back, folks, who knows what will happen? Eye of the Beholder 2 will probably happen at some point, but not just yet. I think the party needs a little bit of time to rest, recuperate, and enjoy the spoils of being hero for a day. After all, a day goes by quickly, especially when you're resting for 3 of them to recover from your wounds. Although you'd hope that Paladin Son would, get some of his clerics to cure your wounds. But you never know. Also, imagine if you'd have finished that with only 1 person left and just 5 corpses. Ah, the heroes! You have, Oh, there's really not much left of you, is there? We'll get the priests to deal with that. Somehow. I imagine there are many parties that have suffered far worse fates than my one has. I'm about to say than mine have, but, either way works. So, that was Eye of the Beholder. A really enjoyable game, a little bit basic compared to other role-playing games, but considering the time it was made, very impressive and very, very enjoyable. And when we come back, folks, who knows what will come next? All we know is it's probably not going to have Sandstar the Gnome in it. Or will it? And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Are you just going to end the video right here? What are you doing here? I am saying that if you end this, all the stuff that we're going to do is going to stop. You cannot end this video. I absolutely forbid it. I'm afraid I actually have to stop the video at some point. Nope, you're just going to keep going. And when I run out of hard drive space? Oh. Didn't really think this through, did you, Sandstar? No, I didn't. Don't you have some beer to drink at the tavern? Yes, it's my round right now, so I'm hiding out here. You know Rune's gonna find you. Rune already has found you. Oh, hi! I was just just going to get my purse of coins. Yes, I happen to have this pouch here that you, left conveniently in a hiding place. Would this happen to be your purse of coins? Oh, look, I dropped it! What are the odds? Come along, Sandstar. What is it, what are you all having? Is it going to be orange juice? Water? Well, I was thinking of having a triple brandy. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Of course I'm pulling your leg. Come on. He'll get you next time, folks, and he'll see you then. Later. That's my thing, you know. Yes, and I totally stole it. Thief away!